Let's do some yoga. So, good morning, my friends, and welcome so much to your practice and to your space and to my space. And let's explore. So, start by just rest your hands. I feel like we're just going to rest them. Lengthen yourself. And as you exhale, let your eyes close, your chin drop, your jaw drop, your breath drop. And take a few moments here in your stillness and your quiet. Just feeling your breath. And you are in your own, comfort space. You know all the sounds and creaks of your house and, your animals, if they're there walking around, people or four-legged. The sound your fridge makes. And, all of these things. So now just tune in for the next few moments to the sounds you hear. Just feeling into the comfort, the safety of these sounds you know. And then before we move out of this stillness, just smile slightly. Soften the third eye space. And with great reverence, bring your palms, your hands together at your heart. And release your breath. As you inhale, lengthen yourself tall, lift your chin. Stay here as you exhale. We'll take a full breath in, hold it at the top. Pause here and exhale. And let's just do that one more time. Nice full inhale, pause at the top. And exhale. And we'll open practice and chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Now your chin. Release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. And we're going to stay seated. If you need to adjust anything, stretch your legs out, change the cross of your legs, that's all fine. Just take your hands to your knees, lift yourself tall. And as you exhale, take it back into this version of cat pose. And inhaling back up. And exhale, roll your shoulders back, lift your chin, look up. And continue. So as you bring it back, maybe you close your eyes, take your chin right into your chest. And as you come forward, you open your eyes, lift your gaze, lift your chin. Good. Just rolling back and forth a few times. Let the body be free. So notice if your tailbone is lifting or draw knees are lifting, like any of that, just be here. And the next time we take it back, we'll start to roll. So from back, moving over to the side and forward and around. And again, letting your sit bones move from side to side. Your shoulders can come in. Let your head be free, your breath free, eyes closed or softly open. And then we'll reverse and circle in the opposite direction a few times. Just rolling and exploring. Good. Okay, and we're going to end in forward fold. So the next time you come forward, just take your hands to the earth and wherever they need to go for you to be here. Just take a few moments, releasing yourself, breathing. Good. Nice. And I'm going to just walk the hands over to the right. If you need to come up first, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just walk your hands over, extend the left arm a little more. If you can tuck your chin, you might even get your forehead to your knee maybe, or not, it's all fine. Good. And then stay here in this twist, but start to almost rock. So you rock the ribs or the right shoulder to the floor, or not to the floor, but towards the floor, and then the left shoulder. So you're just swaying a little bit in your ribs. Your head can move. Just feeling into the tightness. Good. And then we'll just walk the hands over now to the left side. And just find your place here. Take a few moments to just feel. And then again, just coming to this rocking of the rib cage. Good. And then coming back to center. And we'll just pause here for 2 breaths. However, you can go deep, you can stay up high. Good. And then bring yourself out. And as soon as you come up, just take your hands behind you, place your feet on the floor, and we'll just come into windshield wiper here with a bit of a shoulder opener. Good. Just rocking the knees side to side and turning your head away from your knees, pulling that opposite shoulder away. Good. Nice. And then placing the feet on the floor, staying here in this position, we'll just floss the shoulders. So lifting the heart, dropping it back. Spread your fingers. Anchor your hands into the floor in some way. And notice here, you can close your eyes. Is one shoulder moving more freely than the other? And if you feel that, maybe you go slower. See if you can match the shoulders. So they move together, support the back of the heart together. Okay, we're going to hang out in the dropping back. So the heart's dropping back, chin to your chest, little bat wing shoulders are coming forward. Good. Take one more breath. And then press into the hands, arch the back. You can lift the chin if you like. Bring the shoulder blades together. And then feel your hands on the floor. Anchor down and push the hands out in the opposite direction. So right hand pushes to the right, left hand to the left. Breathe. Good. Okay, and then find neutral. What's in between the cat and the cow? Can you find the neutral? Okay, take your right hand and turn it out, or you can point fingers out or all the way back. Take your left hand over, grab hold of the outside of your right foot. Just give it a little lift. And then we'll just take this right leg. I'm going to drop it out to the right, and the left knee is going to drop out to the left, just to counterbalance. The right hand on the floor, I'm going to push the floor away, turn, I'm pushing the foot into the hand's pulling back, and this left shoulder is going to come back a little bit. I'm going to take one more breath. Good. And then we're going to come back, cross this right ankle over your left knee, bring your hands back into that same position we started with. And then the left heel can come in, it can go further away, arch your back, And then come into cat pose. So we'll just do cat cow in this magic 4. Is that, I say magic 4, and my very first yoga teacher used to call it that. Magic 4. Just came out. Good. Okay, then from here, we're just going to arch the back. You might walk your hands in. I'm going to turn my fingers away and just bring my chest towards this shin, if that's possible. The left foot is anchored. I'm opening the shoulders. Breathe, smile. Okay, friends, I'm going to roll back. So I'm going to look behind, move my stuff out of the way. I'm going to even wiggle myself forward and grab hold of this leg, baby. Come onto your back. You can change your hands however you need to hold this in, and we'll just start to rock this side to side a little bit. So the right, you know this, we're going to rock this little leg, baby. Good. Okay, release your hands, interlace your fingers, hug this right knee in. If you need a blanket under your head, place it there, even though you know we're going to come back up. So just be here. Okay, so you have the right shin in, the left hand's going to hold at the knee, the right hand is going to hold down on the top of the ankle or the shin, whatever you get there, so that the heel is coming out a little bit and the knee is coming in. So I could say this, you could even imagine your knee and your ankle are in a line now. Okay, soften through the left side. Take a few breaths here. And you're drawing that knee a little bit into center, and the ankle or the shin is being drawn towards the right side. Take one more breath. Good. Release your hands to the floor, extend your leg up. And we're just going to move the leg maybe side to side a little bit, but it doesn't need to be big, just because we're going to start to circle it. So just a little bit side to side, and then circling this leg one direction. You can make it as big as you like, as little as you like. And as you move the leg, feel the body, how it's moving. Hips are lifting, back is lifting, back is dropping. Now reverse and circle the opposite way. Breathe. Good. You have some cracking, that's normal, I want to say, in the hip joint. Good. Okay. And then just take the leg up to wherever it needs to go. If it needs to bend for you, that's fine. Flex your foot. Turn your palms up. And then take one more breath. Okay. Now bend the knee. Take your hands, interlace them on the shin, and we're going to rock and roll ourselves up to sitting. So the left leg can be very strong and push out through the heel. Draw your belly in, lift your head, press this right shin into your hands. So you come up by just pushing it away, bring yourself up. And if that didn't happen, fake it till you make it. So fine. Good. All right, let's keep that foot bent, left leg extended. Take your hands behind you. And we'll have the fingers pointing away. I like to be on my fingertips. Open your chest, take the shoulders back. Breathe. Spread the left toes if you can. And now keep the right hand on the floor. Take the left arm up to the sky. Reach up. Now bend the right elbow, lean back. Twist to the right and take that arm. It might just go in front and you might hold, whatever you need to do here. Now I'm pushing arm and leg against each other. You can turn your gaze and then find a little bit of an arch in your back, just a little bit. Breathe. Good. One more inhale and exhale and release. And as you come back here, so I feel, okay, we're here for another moment. If you need to sit on something, do that. We're going to drop the right knee out. So we have tree pose. Okay, so let's twist. So we'll keep the right hand down. If you need to put something underneath your knee, do that. Right hand down, take the left hand all the way over. Look at your left foot, anchor it, make it happy, lift yourself tall, and then turn behind you. And you can walk the right hand behind more. If you want to lean back, that's going to bring something, when you lean back, like, oh, what is that? Or, stay upright, explore what you need here. Okay, anchor the right foot and the left leg as if you're doing tree pose. One more breath. Good. And then we'll release. Keep the legs as they are. Take your hands behind. Just be here for a breath or two. Good. Okay, we're going to fold in between the legs. So you're just facing in between, not over to the right, not over to the left. Just slowly bring yourself in. And as soon as I do this, I get this nice stretch in the inside, underside of the left leg. So you're just coming in wherever that is for you. Soften your glutes if you can. Breathe here. Okay, if you can go deeper and come into your full expression of this pose, really letting your head go. Notice if you feel your body more in cat pose, and let the shoulders drop if you can. Okay, now depending on how much stretch you're getting in the left leg, might be enough. You don't need to do anything. But if you don't feel that much, maybe you flex the left foot a little more, and you even can turn that left foot in towards center a little bit. So like the big toe turning in towards the midline. And then you can turn it out a little bit, just nice and slow. So you're just kind of feeling. Good. Okay, so we're going to take 3 more breaths here. If you can go deeper. Good. Okay, and then you'll just walk yourself up, and we're going to take it forward fold over the left leg. So you can just walk your hands over either side of that leg. You might come up a lot. If you want to go deeper, the right knee can go out more, and that's going to give you more twist. So whichever one, and then just extend yourself out over this leg, hands to support you, head dropping. If you want to take the right arm across to the outside of the left leg, then you can go there. And the left hand, I use that to help find that little twist in the rib cage like we did at the very beginning. So I want to lift the left side of the ribs and drop the right side, even a half an inch. So just be with your breath, be with your open doorway. And then release your hands and slowly bring yourself back to center. Keep the legs as they are. Just take the hands behind. Drop into your breath. You might keep your eyes closed, just rest the gaze and smile. Okay. Well, from here, we're going to take Las Vegas show person. So the right hand's going to come down. The left arm, I like to use it like a magic. So I turn the left foot, sole of the foot comes down, and you just bring yourself up onto that knee if that works. Breathe, turn your left hand to face your head and start to sweep it up and over. I have a wall here. I'm going to push into the wall. Really extend into that left foot, and then release yourself back into this Janu Shirshasana. So you come back into the same. Good. Okay. Extend both legs out. Good. We're going to come back to windshield wiper. So the hands come behind. Bend your knees. Notice which side you want to start with. Go the opposite. And just start here, just opening, breathing. Good. Okay, and then come into stillness here. Okay, I'm just going to floss the shoulders a little bit. So just opening, closing, lifting, arching. Good. Okay, come into that arch, cow pose. So you're pushing the hands away. Now turn your left hand out so that the fingers are pointing away from you. You're going to take your right arm up and over. You can grab hold of your left foot, the outer edge of your foot. You start to straighten that leg. Yeah, you can turn a little bit to the left. Use your left hand. You walk it behind you more. Anchor into the foot. And now I'm going to let this left leg open to the left, even a little bit. And the right knee drop out to the right. Feel into your body, any place here. That's your doorway. And then we'll release so slow. You're going to cross this. You can move your left hand. Cross the left knee over. Adjust yourself so it can come in, and go out. And just find your cat-cow again. Just feeling into your magic four. And breathing. And then we're just going to come upright. So as high as, as close as you can get. I might turn my fingers again because that gives me more access to open. Breathe. Smile. Be in your place where you can keep a good face. So you're not like, blah, like I was doing Warrior One the other day. Good. Okay, we're going to come back. So I'm going to grab hold of this leg, baby. Oh, I'm too close to the wall. I'm going to come forward. And then slowly lower yourself down. If you need something for your head, put it there. And then start to rock this little baby side to side. Just feeling, receiving. Okay, and then we'll release the right hand, opposite interlace your fingers. Hug this knee in and out. Feel free to move the knee, feel in. And now the right hand's going to hold the top of the knee, and the left hand is coming down to hold maybe the top of the ankle or the shin, whatever you've got there. So you feel like, I'm going to exaggerate, but the knee is coming into center and the foot is moving out. Okay, flex your foot a little bit if you need that. It just brings in, if your knee is feeling a little compromised. Soften where you can. Even close your eyes. Good. And then you can release that. Opposite, interlace the fingers again. Okay, my friends, we're coming back up. So belly in, extend through the right leg, start to press this left shin into your hands, lift your head, and you just go slow. And come up, or you don't, and you just bring yourself up. Yes, go, 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 go. One more. Oh, yes. Okay, we're here. Now we lift up, we're going to take twist. I'm just going to turn myself around. Good, so we'll take the left hand behind. The fingers turning out. I'm going to lean back. Then we'll lift this right arm up, turn, and then maybe it goes on top, maybe it goes in, whatever you need here. Find your twist so the left hand can walk behind more. And then here you might lean back. And you might stay upright. You kind of see, what do I need? If I lean back, is there something interesting? Good, one more breath. and then release. And as you come out, we're just going to drop this knee out. So if you need to put something underneath, do that. And then just be here for a few moments. Just feel in. And we're going to twist again. So the left hand stays behind, right arm lifts, and turn. Take the hand to the knee. I've got the foot and the leg together, and I turn again. And then here again, you might lean back, open the left shoulder more. Take your chest more to the right or more behind you. You might not need to do any of that and still feel you're doing some good work. Good. Okay, release. Bring yourself back to your center. Pause. Feel. Embrace. Okay, then we're going to fold forward to the inside. So whatever that means for you, I'm really looking to feel this opening here. Okay, whatever it is, you come in till you start to feel something, and you go, okay, I'm going to just pause here, take that doorway, breathe in. Soften what you can. If you need to move a little bit, side to side, or even use that right foot a little more. So if you need to find more, you just find it in by, activating certain parts. And if you can go deeper now, drop in a little bit more. You explore this doorway. Okay. And then from here, my friends, now we're going to walk ourselves over. So you might come all the way up or halfway up. Take the hands either side of this extended left leg or right leg and walk yourself out. Okay, so you can open this left knee out more. You want more twist. Bring it in. It's all fine. And then once you're here, the left hand can pop over if that is where you want to go. And the right hand acts like rudder. So it might bend and kind of, be that little driving force to drop in more, to feel more, to drop the left side and lift the right side slightly. And then being with the almighty breath. Okay. So melt yourself for these next 3 breaths. And then very, very slowly, maybe keeping your eyes closed even, walk yourself back up. And just take your hands behind. Just feel. There's so much potent action when we take these forward folds. Receive it. And then we take a side lift. So the left hand comes down, the right arm can be very, like a dancer. You lift yourself up, find whatever you need here. Turn the right foot in, anchor it, and then the right palm turns to face your head, sweeps up and over the ear. Anchoring through the left hand. And then we'll come back as gracefully and lovely as you can come back. And take your hands behind. And then from here, I'm going to join the soles of the feet. You need something underneath your knees, throw it in, take your hands, love your feet. A few times, just feeling, and then we're just going to start massaging through the inside here. So you might use the heels of your hands, you might use your fists and your fingers, massaging the inseam and all the way through the inseam of the thighs. You can mush that. You can just trace it a few times, warming it. Yes. Okay, I'm going to come into forward fold here again. So whatever you need to do, sit on something, put your props in, take a few moments, lift yourself tall. I'm going to press the feet together, open the toes. Now the feet are on the floor. I'm going to push the feet down and forward like I do with the hands. And then bring yourself in. So you can soften that foot action and just walk yourself in. You know, open the arms wide. You want to sway as you close your eyes, you can do that. And if you just want to be here, then do that. And whichever one, feel in. What do you need? And just dropping in wherever you can, through the jaw, through the support of the earth, everything that's touching the floor. Okay, soften a little more somewhere. Take one more breath. And then slowly walk yourself upright. Take your hands behind, and you can just come back to windshield wiper again. Same thing we started with. Feet down, chest open, just swaying side to side. Okay. Good. All right, so coming back, I'm just going to drop the right foot down, keep the left leg bent. And if you need to sit on something, I'm going to keep saying it. Go ahead and do that. I'm just going to show you very quickly. Right hand down, left hand. I'm going to start to open. So I'm going to lift this up. So wherever it goes, I can keep it bent. You can see I'm leaning more to the right. I'm going to press it over, start to lift. Wherever you go here, maybe the right arm comes up, you flex the foot, breathe, and let's pass. So take it across, right hand grabs, left arm opens, and maybe it goes right behind you and you look. Good. And then we're just going to switch again. So same thing. Your leg can stay bent this whole time. This is so beautiful. And one more time, take it over. And then we'll bring it back into its own hand. And we'll set the foot down. So you can put the right hand down first. Take it down, both hands, and then we'll switch. Yes. Okay. Left hand comes down, right hand grabs the leg, and just go slow. There's no, you work with your own space. Okay, take it over so you feel more centered. Reach the arm. Sarah, are you frozen? Are you having trouble? I see you. And then we'll switch. So just taking this, opening. And then switching. Nice and slow, feeling connected from the foot to the hand. And then we'll switch one more time. Okay, and then we'll put the foot into its hand. We'll bring it down. Take your hands behind, just come back to Baddha Konasana. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna pause here. Take a breath. Now I'm gonna grab both feet and open them up. So you could start, just go right in, or you can take the feet down first. Be here, 1, push in, 2, push in. And you just kind of feel what you got, what you brought. Breathe. If you do this close to the wall and your back can actually sit at the wall, and if you fall, you just go, oh, that's good practice. Take one more breath. Good. Okay, I'm gonna take my feet down. I'm gonna come all the way up. So I have my feet down. Oh, is this gonna work? Can we do this? Hands down. And then once you get here, however you get here, I'm gonna step the feet wide apart. So almost that same pose we just did. So turn your heels out a little bit and then just bending into one knee and the other. And I'm not gonna let the feet move. I wanna take a little bit of an ankle stretch. So I'm just bending one knee and the other, shifting the weight side to side. Notice what arises if you get some cracking or some popping in the knees. Just be very kind. And then coming to center and melting yourself in. So here we take this forward fold. If you need to put your hands on blocks or your forearms on blocks, let's take a few breaths here. Let your head go if you can. Knees can be bent, legs straight. You make it work. Good. Okay, hands to the floor. Walk your hands around. Let's go to the left foot. And I'm just going to lift the right heel up. Good. Okay, hop that left foot in, maybe like, I don't know, so you can get the heel down. So you feel, okay, I'm here. But if your heel's lifting, it's fine too. I'm going to move to warrior one. I'm going to bend into that front knee. You might go slow. Take your hands to your hips. Lift your shoulders, and then through the power of your legs, rise up. Good. Okay, from here, so you can turn a little bit. You reach your arms up. You can keep them on your hips. Your back heel can lift, but if you can keep it down, do that. Take the belly in, reach, power through your legs. I'm going to pull the left hip back a little bit. One more breath. Now bring the hands together at the heart, straighten the legs, and just turn, face front, turn the foot, left foot in, right foot out. Turn your left heel back, kind of find your place here. Keep turning. You can put your hands on your hips if you need. Then bend into the right knee. The left toes turn out a little bit. Yes. Now reach your arms up if that works. You can have the heel lifting, that's fine. Just breathe. Turn your chest a little more. Pull the right hip back. Take the belly in. Notice any doorways. Take 2 more breaths. Think about staying here for another 5 minutes. But I said 2 more breaths, so we're done. Hands together at your heart. Turn. Face front. Reach your arms up to the sky. Look up, and then exhale, open the arms, fold forward. Touch the earth. Good. Melt yourself down, and just come back to that side to side, bending the knee. You can even keep your hips low as you do this, if that works. And we'll come into wide-legged downward dog. So you come to center, lift your head and your heart, walk your hands as far forward as they're gonna go with the feet wide. And then melt yourself in. So you drop the head, send the hips back. And one more breath. And then let's walk the hands forward. I'm going to take a downward dog here. I'm just going to jump my feet together on the mat. A downward dog. Good. Okay. And then we'll take child's pose. So yogi's choice. Knees together, knees open. And just dropping down. You can bring your hands underneath your head or extend them. Good. Okay. Maybe you can sweep your hands back, and the backs of the hands can rest on the floor. You can hold the soles of your feet. Take one more full breath. Release. And take your hands either side of your knees and press yourself up, and we'll just sit on the tops of the feet for a moment. Good. Okay, we're gonna take camel pose here, and we'll just do like the half camel. So I'll take the right hand, and you can put it on a block if you need, or you can just rest it on the floor, and we'll just lift up. So whatever works here, there's a twist, there's a lift. Good. And then exhale as you come down, just switch hands. And just come back in, lifting and opening yourself. Good. Let's just do that one more time each side, exactly as you're doing. Good. Okay. And then come back. Sit for a moment. And I'm going to do that one more time, but this time I'm going to take 1 foot forward. So I'll start with the right hand back, so the left foot's going to step forward. I can lift my hips, left foot forward, and then just take that. Good. And then we'll come down. And I'm going to keep the left foot forward. I'm going to sit on that heel if I can for a moment. You can put your hands anywhere you need, even if it's here. Breathe. Good. And then we're going to take the hands together, come up, set that left foot down, tuck your toes under, sit for a moment. And we'll go second side. I know I have the toes tucked under. It's going to be just fine. So now I take the left hand down, right arm lifts, right foot's going to step forward. I can lift the hips, foot forward, open. Good. And then I'm going to come back and just sit. So I'm going to keep those toes tucked under. You don't have to. This is like that thinker, right? So I can be here. Good. Okay, we'll come up to kneeling. Bring the feet together. And we'll take full camel. So that might be this. Just taking your hands here. Or you take your hands, grab hold of the heels, or whatever works. You can use blocks too. So find your way. So you lift the chest. You feel here, the head can drop or it can stay in. Whatever it is, one more breath. And then I'm going to come up, tops of the feet down. Sit and feel. Yes. Okay. Groovy, guys. So from here, we're going to move into a Supta Baddha Konasana. And so that's where we're going to lie down, soles of the feet together, knees open. You're welcome to take your bolster and to use that for your back if you have one. If not, you'll be fine without it. So I might set it up. Okay. Whatever you've got. Then the soles of the feet together, you might take blankets, support. We're going to be here for, maybe 4 minutes, maybe longer. See what happens. Okay. So bolster, no bolster. You could do this straight line down, just something underneath your head. And good. Okay, so if you are on the bolster, then you've supported it with blocks. You feel one block right underneath the heart. Feel the other one underneath the head. If that's not enough support for your head, throw another blanket in. To cover yourself, do that. And we're just going to drop in to this rest, not Shavasana, pre-Shavasana. I'm just melting through the inseam of your legs, through your jaw, and through the back of the heart. And then just being very still and present. Notice if your hands are clenching or there's any parts of your hands that have gotten, are not relaxed. And receiving the breath. This great connector, connecting the outer world, the inner world, connecting everything within you and everything around you. Soften any place you can. If you're carrying a lot of tension right now, visualize that tension just melting off through all of this great opening work. You can release your tension, your stress right here, right now. And fill yourself up with this idea of abundance. Abundance flows into me without effort. Abundance flows through me and is effortless. I am blessed in abundance. Good. Okay. So you can stay exactly as you are. I'm going to come out and change the way I'm sitting to go into Virasana. So that's, where you sit in between the heels. So if that is not a place for you, you stay here. If you want to give it a try, then just slowly, bend your knees, roll yourself up and to come to seated. And then you might, you bring the soles of the, or you sit on the knees, put the feet on either side of the bolster. And you might sit on something, you might, as you come down, you might be like, oh, I need a block underneath my hips, or maybe not. Beautiful. And then lie back. Amazing. Great. And you see how it goes. This is, obviously, we're going to stretch the quads. If you lift your hips a little bit, take the tail towards the knees, that might free things. So this is very comfortable for me. And those of you in it, I hope you're happy. If it's not good, then just come back up and come back to where you were before, or you can open the legs straight out, but open them apart. Okay, we settle back in. Even if you didn't change anything, settle. Soften the forehead, the jaw, back of the heart. If there's a doorway opening, someplace you're like, I'm ready to get out, then drop in a little more. Okay, so we're at this place here. You're welcome to stay. If you want to come out and move into your version of Shavasana, whatever that is, then go ahead and do that. If you want to stay here, even just for another minute or so and then switch, go ahead. And if you need anything else, as you come out, offer it. You want to do legs up the wall? That's lovely. And I'll let you know when we have like our final few moments. So if you take a different position and then you want to go into Shavasana, you'll have time. I'm just going to stay like this a little bit longer. And I honor whatever you've chosen to do. Just melting yourself in and receiving your quiet. It's even might be fun to just open your ears and listen. Take in those very familiar sounds. And let that be of comfort, soothing music. Even adding in the sound of your own breathing. Your hands taking on any tension. Are your fingers? Are they relaxed? Just feeling that travel all the way up your arms, the wings of your heart, your shoulders, your shoulder blades, resting for whatever support you've offered. Just give in to gravity, to the heaviness of your body, and the lightness of your breath. If you'd like to shift into a different position or full Shavasana, now would be the time. If you're in Virasana, with the feet coming back, you might be able to just lift the hips and sneak the legs out, or you might have to come up. So be kind to your knees. One leg out and the other. And savoring everything that's come before this moment and being in this moment. Deepening your breath. And choosing to stay in your stillness for longer. We're beginning to make little movements as you gently awaken the body. Find your way onto your side, but take your time. If you need to bring your knees in or windshield wiper, anything you need, just very slowly honor that, savoring this quiet. If you're on the high bolster, just remember you're on a height as you come off. Just pausing, fetal position for a few breaths. If you're coming up to seated, I'll just meet you here. Whenever you get here, take your time. Mm-hmm. Good. Well, yoga is energy work. So let's feel the energy. I just feel this need to kind of hold the container of the bottom three chakras, your earth, water, fire. So holding one hand facing down right at the fire center where the ribs join, solar plexus, and the other palm facing up right at the earth center. And just breathing in, and just feeling the energy you can't see between your hands. And perhaps maybe you even feel like a tickling or vibrational energy or something in the palms. And then in some way here, with your eyes closed, just feel you're going to invite this energy to your heart. So maybe the hands are going to start to come together. Maybe they're going to keep distant as they move to the heart. And then you could fold them over the heart. So you're just inviting that energy in, or you bring the palms together. Energy will still go in between the palms, whatever you feel called to do. Bowing your chin and acknowledging the magic within, this sacred energy, sacred connection, and this great ancient practice of yoga, to yoke it all together, to awaken to it, to feel it, and to honor it. So honor your practice here, my friend. Tell yourself you did good work, and you're proud of yourself. As you inhale, lengthen, lift your chin. And as you exhale, stay as you are. And join with me in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. And inhale for Om. Bow your chin, take a full breath in, catch that breath in your hands, feel the breath. Om Shanti, Om Peace, lift your chin, bless yourself, bless your puppies, and we'll bless each other. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you so much. Happy Friday, Friday. So much love. And